Hi and welcome. My name is Mariama Kabia and I'm Senior Associate on the Youth Engagement Team at WDLive. We're about to see scenes from the 2019 Youth Zone featuring our theme of power. So this is both personal and professional power. Specifically, we're going to see scenes from the Youth Zone kickoff featuring WDLive staff, Madame Sophie Gregoire-Trudeau, and a warm welcome to Vancouver and WD 2019.
Do I have any young people in the house? WDLive has invested in young people for years, and we have no plans to stop. This Youth Zone is the physical manifestation of our commitment to work with and for young people and physically hold space for you, share access, share information, and share resources to ensure that our movement will be successful. Are you all ready to hear from an exceptional champion, not only for gender equality, but for children and young people and their access to health and rights? I want to welcome to the stage today the First Lady of Canada, Madame Sophie Gregoire-Trudeau. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Laurie. Hey, we know we're doing well when we're dancing and there's music at 10 a.m. Woo! All right. When I was a teenager, I suffered from eating disorders. And I had a tough time. And I know that if I could look into everybody's eyes here, as human beings, we all have our own paths of suffering. And sometimes when we look at ourselves truly, we have the gift that can last a lifetime. Because our own path of suffering can transform into a life mission. Think about what really hurts you, or what makes you mad, or what makes you happy. There's a message inside of each and every one of you that says, go forward with this. Because if you start sharing your story, others will do the same. So when one person comes forward, we allow for other people to do the same thing and to heal together. Because in a way, when we talk about gender equality, we're saying we need to heal this world. We need to make it better for everyone. And I don't know if you're going to agree with this, but we need to redefine leadership. For so long, right? For so long, leadership has been awarded. You know, it's kind of like a medal or a prize or an award that you are given by the world. Leadership is about giving your own unique offering to the world. And you can do that in baby steps, in tiny actions that have a huge difference. And I know that you always hear, you're the leaders of tomorrow, this world belongs to you. No way, Jose. You're leading now. You're leading now. And I have 3 kids. And on International Women's Day, it was kind of funny because I have a 5-year-old, I have a 10-year-old daughter, and an 11-year-old son. And I asked my son Xavier, so what does this mean to you? Because he knows that I speak on, this matter. I've been doing it for a long time. And he said, well, Mom, women and girls, they carry life within their bodies, but they do so much more. And we need to hear them because they need to become who they are. And then I asked my daughter, Ella Grace, what does it mean to you? And she said, Mama, I feel like I'm responsible for, my sisters and the girls and the women around me. And I feel like we're one big tribe. And I was like, yes, they're getting it. And then I asked my little 5-year-old, Hadrian, so what does it mean to you? And he's like, it's pizza day. So I was, you need to be able, along this path that is a difficult path, because there is no transformation without shattering. There is no evolution without crisis. We need to be having fun along the way. We need to be defiant and mischievous and rebels in our own way to make sure that we push the agenda. We push the envelope. We get our voices heard, and they matter. And it's no longer time for us to get defined by the world. We get to define our own world. And here's some good news. This government has taken the gender equality agenda with such seriousness and actions. And yesterday, I don't know if you were on fire when you heard Natasha talk, because I was. Woo! You go, Natasha. We're all sisters in this, and brothers. And to all the men and boys who are here, thank you for your wisdom, your collaboration, your open minds and open hearts. We are allies, and we know that we're going to make this world a better place if we create more harmony, between the sexes, because this is not a fight between us. It's a fight for us and for our harmony and our unity. And I want to tell you that we are announcing today, Government of Canada, from now until 2023, $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion. We are continuing our work for maternal health, but 700 million of that money will go to especially reproductive and sexual rights of women. Because the time of older men telling women what to do with her body are over. It's over. So I want to say, we're all fearful at some point in our lives, and you know what? That's okay. Make sure you see that fear and that suffering as a gift. Sometimes it's the nastiest looking wrapping paper you've ever seen in your life. Open it up, dig in. Don't be afraid to be afraid. We can deal with pain. We can go through it, and we're all in this together. I don't know all of you, but you're in my heart. And I care about you, and I love you, and I'm not afraid to say it. So go out there and define the world. Woo! How amazing and how important is it to have this conference, Women Deliver 2019 in Vancouver in Canada? It's absolutely incredible, and it's important. It's important because, you know, in one big picture, when half of the world's population is not allowed to express and be respected in all of their own ways because there are women and girls, this impacts our whole planet on so many levels, you know, socially, economically, spiritually, religiously, economically. It's just every single aspect is affected, and it affects men and boys as well. So one cannot create his or her own success alone. This is about self-realization when everybody commits and everybody collaborates. So if half of the world's population can't be in the equation of helping out so that you can succeed, so that I can succeed, so that others can succeed, we have a serious problem. But we also have solutions, and this is what this conference is about. Well, you know, the fact that this conference and also the government right now in Canada is reaching out to youth, it's because we want to listen to build new solutions. If we want to build a fairer, more just society, we have to listen to the generation who's leading now in their little steps, in their big, giant leaps. And if we're not listening to youth, then how do we take problems and find solutions that are sustainable? So the fact that youth is engaged here is so important. We are listening deeply, and I find that we need to redefine leadership. We have to make sure that youth understands that, you know, we offer awards and titles to leaders, and it's important, it's part of the process, but everybody leads in their own unique ways. It's not one type of leadership. There are as many types of leadership as there are young people and adults out there, and humans really. So we have to celebrate that.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. So how will I use my power in my daily life and with what I do? So I'm fortunate enough that I have a certain platform because I've been a public speaker for many years, and sometimes people say, well, yeah, but you're lucky, people are listening. Wait, people listen around us. People need to tell their stories. And the reason why I'm in front of you today is because I shared my story of my eating disorder when I was a teenager, and it all started from there because I realized that I could become fully human when I became vulnerable, when I shattered and opened up and broke open to tell my story. And this is what's happening. We're going to create more equality within ourselves and in our society when we start sharing our stories more and more, and to show ourselves more vulnerable to one another, and to not see difference as something that we should be fearful of, because as human beings we're so much more similar than we are different. Women deliver by being their true selves, bottom line.
We're having a class. You want to join? Yeah?
Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us here in the Education Hub. We're very excited to be delivering a sexuality education class today. My name is Nicole Cheatham, and I'm with Advocates for Youth.
My name is Lucia. I work with Mujer y Salud in Uruguay, and we're going to be chatting a little bit about one integral component of comprehensive sexuality education, which is our relationships. What we're going to discuss is a little bit like how we engage romantically, how we engage in friendships, in family, etc. And we want to focus the class today on my national context, which is Uruguay, and I'm sure we can all relate to these experiences. So we want all your input, right?
The Education Hub is a collaboration between partners, the Global Partnership for Education, the Malala Fund, UNESCO, UNGAI, Plan International. We've come together to create a fantastic program of events on education, looking at nutrition and health. We want to empower girls through education. We have sessions running all day. They are short, sharp, focused. Come and grab your coffee, spend 10 minutes with us, 20 minutes, and learn something. It's going to be fantastic.
If we are going to do something like this, we want to come to you, we want to learn from you how you do this amazing and inclusive video, because we can't keep talking about education for all and not including children with a disability. So they are vulnerable to dropping out of school, unwanted teenage pregnancies, sexual violence and abuse. So they have to be part and parcel of every investment that we are doing on children, especially on girls. Thank you very much.
It's amazing to be here in Vancouver at Women Deliver. Education is so important for girls' development, and to be able to be here at the heart of discussions about women and girls' empowerment, it means everything to all of us. Thank you for inviting us.
Pride House is about being a welcoming home for LGBTI people who are here participating at the conference, who are maybe activists on LGBTI issues, who are doing other gender equality stuff, and showing how these issues link together.
Setting up the Pride booth and the groups that came together to put it together. It's an unlikely alliance, I think, in some ways. A number of groups that haven't worked together before. So that has been quite powerful.
In my small northern community, we just finally had our second annual community pride event, and so I was just really drawn to your booth, and I just wanted to share that story with you because it meant so much to us to be able to say we've just had our second annual.
And where?
I'm from Smithers.
Smithers,
BC.
okay.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
It's pretty exciting.
It's been amazing, and not just folks who identify as LGBTI, but a lot of allies are coming by and wanting to talk about how they can support and engage in work.
It's amazing to be part of such a big conference of 8,000 participants, and to feel that we're part of something bigger, to be part of a movement that's really working towards progressing societies for a better world.